Addressing gang formation through the dismantling of structural supremacy and the restoration of human dignity. Introduction. Gang activity is not born in a vacuum. It arises in environments of poverty, exclusion, surveillance, and systematic abandonment. These environments are not accidental. They are the result of centuries of institutional supremacy, embedded in nearly every aspect of American life, in regards to education, employment, finance, religion, housing, and criminal justice. True reformation requires not just intervention at the level of behavior, but a complete systematic transformation, rooted in truth, justice, and equality. The root cause of structural supremacy. It is not just an attitude, it's a structure. It lives in the policies, systems, and practices that determine who has access to opportunity and who does not. It manifests across key areas of life, such as education, employment, finance, religion, justice, and poverty. Poverty as the primary proof. Poverty is a living evidence of systematic supremacy. It is not natural but politically created and maintained. Communities most impacted by gang violence are the same communities historically deprived of investment, opportunity, and protection. Government's role in gang formation. Government policies have contributed to the conditions that give rise to gang activity. Through decades of intentional disinvestment, punitive laws, and racialized enforcement. From urban renewal to the war on drugs, the state has shaped the environment where gangs become the only source of community and economic participation for some. Systematic exclusion and the vulnerability to gang formation. Gang formation is often the outcome for individuals and communities who have been excluded from democracy, stripped from economic access, and denied meaningful belonging. Poverty, racism, and institutional failure create a void that gangs fill, offering identity, purpose, and survival where the state offers nothing. When people are targeted by police but ignored by social services, when their communities are criminalized but never invested in, and when they are talked about in the policy but never spoken with, they are excluded from democracy. They are governed without consent and made to feel disposable. True reform must begin with restoring democratic participation and basic dignity to those pushed out of society. Dangerous parallels deportation and isolation through gang labels. In recent years, gang affiliation, often loosely or unjustly claimed, has been used as justification to deport immigrants and refugees. This practice echoes historical atrocities, where entire groups were labeled as dangerous to justify their removal or extermination. The same tactics used today to isolate, criminalize, and deport gang-affiliated individuals were used against Jews in Europe, labeled, isolate, dehumanize, and remove. Labeling people as gang members without due process or context is a tool of political cleansing. It separates vulnerable groups from the protections of law and society, paving the way for exile, imprisonment, or even violence. This is not safety, it is scapegoating, and it must be condemned. Conclusion. Gangs are not the disease, they are the symptom. The true sickness lies in a society that has normalized exclusion, inequality, and racial control. Real reform means dismantling the structures of the supremacy and creating systems that recognize the dignity, voice, and rights of every human being.